ゴドウィンから聞いた、ルボシュの仲間3人を探しに、ラッテイの北にあるレデチコへ向かっているで。テレサに運び込まれた粉引き所から橋を渡ってすぐのとこだね。ルボシュの件もあったんで、急いで探し出してやらんと命を狙われてるかもしれん。リーキーさんって人がこの地で暮らしているんだって。ああ。このタイプは固定のポイントじゃなく、エリア内の広範囲の捜索となるから大変やな。街の人へ聞き込みしてみよっか。
Greetings, good night. How may I serve you?
I'm looking for a fellow called Riki. Do you know him?
You mean Hinek? He's the tanner's son, isn't he?
Any idea where I could find him?
I don't know. Tried his folks' house, but he doesn't spend much time there.
So you know this Hinek? Can you tell me something about him?
Not much, I confess. Most of the village folk avoid him like the plague.
Why's that?
No one with a nose likes spending too much time around tanners. And that Riki keeps bad company. I've never heard a good word said about him.
What can you tell me about the old courier?
He's as cantankerous as a hog in a thorn bush. He won't talk to anyone.
Why do they call Hinek Riki anyway?
He's a tanner, isn't he? If you're ever downwind of him, you'll understand. Tanning isn't a trade for the weak of stomach.
True enough.
匂いがきついっ
Not
てこ
every
とやな。
courier gets cursed with a name like that.
Well, Hinek's nature's no sweeter than his smell.
Why has he got such a bad name?
Well, like his own man. He doesn't talk much to anyone. And then he's always skulking off somewhere. I heard he got a taste of the pillory in Rattay for thieving. And in Neuhof he got boozed up in the alehouse with his cronies and they beat up some merchants.
So a bit more than high spirits.
Just so. We're all honest folk here, and we've no use for the likes of him.
Don't tell me there's not a single person who talks to him.
He's been seen around with one of the bathhouse wenches. Adela, I believe she's called.
なるほど。本当の名前はハイネクって言うんやね。革職人は道を挟んだ向かいだね。でも、浴場の娘にも話を聞けるみたいやった。両方から聞いてみるしかないか。それぞれの会話はオプションってことになってんな。必ずしも両方を実行する必要はないんだ。彼がリーキー、ハイネクのお父さんやな。
My respects to you.
I'm looking for your son. Any idea where he might be?
I don't know nothing.
Don't you at least know where he usually goes? It's important.
Hinek shows up at home once in a blue moon, so I don't know nothing about where he gets to. Even if I did, why would I tell every Tom, Dick and Harry?
Your son is about to get into deep shit. I'm trying to find him so I can warn him.
That's nothing new. He's always up to his ears in it.
But this time his neck's on the block. He got mixed up with some very dangerous people. I have to find him.
All right. He was here a few days ago, but he left right away. He looked like he was in a hurry.
And you don't know where he went?
I've got an idea, but I don't know where it is exactly.
I don't follow.
Hinek makes some money on the side from poaching. He boasted to me a few times about what a great hideout he found in the woods, but he never told me where it is.
Well, it's not much to go on.
ちなみに、
But it's better
言う
than
までもな
nothing.
く密漁は犯罪行為なんやで。
Don't you have any clue at all where his hideout could be?
I really don't know nothing about that. I could tell when he'd come from there is all.
How's that?
'Cause every time he brought some hides for tanning and money.
家が革職人さんだから革は持ち帰ってき
He
てい
had
た。
money because he sold the stuff right away.
I suppose. He never kept any of his loot here.
Do you know who he sold it to?
No. But the innkeeper came here now and again and gave him coin. Of course, it could have been for meat.
All right.
宿屋は食事を提供しているから、肉は宿屋に売っていた。
What more do
あり
you
得る
know?
な。
Nothing. I swear to God Almighty, I've said all I know. Hinek never told me nothing.
I know he didn't talk to you about it, but you must have noticed something, right? How much time did he spend away? What was he wearing? How did he look when he came back? Anything?
Well, he came and went at all sorts of hours. I really don't know. Except maybe one thing. He'd come home scratched with brambles and with leaves and muck on him.
So we probably went through thick woods to get to that place.
I reckon. What do I know?
こんなところか。宿屋で聞いてみる必要が出てきたね。浴場の娘にも聞いてみたら、お金を隠してるって話も聞けたから。そいつは、しっかりと茜ちゃんが回収しておいたで。お姉ちゃんに、お金の隠し場所バレてしまったか。密漁は犯罪です。犯罪で得たお金は没収です。そわそわ、完全に奪うって表示されてるし、周りを確認してコソコソしてる。これも犯罪なのではと疑問に思った私でした。よし。ここだ、宿屋。
Well, while we're at it, did you ask about him at the village?
Aye.
Are
Nobody knows where he is. Seems he's always wandering off somewhere.
We'll wait and see what the chief says then.
葵、こいつら山賊で、誰か探してるみたいやで。うわ、もしかしなくても、リーキーを探してるよね。村にまで、もう追っ手が来てるな。急いで見つけ出さんと。で、店主がおらんねんな。ああ、クエストマーカーをすぐ見落としてしまう。
I'm at your service, Sir Knight.
I want to ask about the courier's son, Hinek.
But ask someone else. They've nothing to do with Riki. He'd only drive my customers away.
Really? I heard a different story. I heard the two of you do business together.
Who are you, anyway?
A friend of Hinek's. He's gone missing and I need to find him.
I don't know where he is. But if you find the bastard, tell him he still owes me some goods.
いやいや、密漁品の取引してますよね。
I don't give a damn what deals you've been doing together. I won't tell anyone. I just need to know where Riki is. It's urgent.
What have our deals got to do with where he disappeared to?
More than you think. It's likely Riki is hiding out at his poaching lair. And believe me, it wasn't hard to find out who was buying game from him, and it's even easier to go to the castle and tell them. Poaching's a crime, after all.
All right. But give me your word of honor you won't tell anyone about our deal.
You have my word.
Fine. So, what do you want to know?
I hear Hinek has a hideout in the woods he uses for hunting game. Do you know where it is?
Not exactly. That is... I don't know where it is at all.
But...
But I happen to know it's a dark place, a cave or an old mine shaft.
How do you know that?
Whenever Riki was going poaching, he always came to me first for candles and lamp oil. He brought the game skinned and gutted, so we had to have a light for that.
How much game did he bring you?
Not much, a few pieces. There's no great demand here. Sometimes the gentry has something, otherwise it ends up in sausages.
And do you know of any mine shafts nearby?
There's a few of them around. There's one on the opposite bank, a short way off the path leading from the forge to the west. Then there's a mine gallery to the east of the village, up in the woods above the cliffs. And I heard there's one shaft on the headland close to the water.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Watch you don't break your neck, though. It's rough ground, and you could easily fall down a shaft.
ここまでで3つの行動の候補を教えてもらった。浴場の娘がお金の隠し場所だけじゃなくて、リーキーが立ち寄っていた木工職人の野営地の場所も教えてくれててな。となれば、野営地に一番近い行動が当たりなんやろなって予想できたから、早速野営地を訪れたで、話が聞けていなかったら、別の行動から捜索してたかもだね。
Your mates say you know Hinek, the courier's son.
Riki. Aye, he shows up here sometimes. Why do you ask?
I'm trying to find him.
Good luck then.
What do you mean?
Riki is like some bloody hedgehog, always creeping around in the woods. And just as prickly.
So you see him there often?
More like we don't see him.
Has he been here recently?
A few days ago. He came by in the evening, well into his cups. He might have fallen somewhere and broken his neck for all I know.
So he went into the woods?
Aye, like always.
How do you know him?
We worked together building a mill by Yanovitz, and then he vanished. A year later, I came here to work, and lo and behold, there's Riki.
Do you know what he gets up to in the woods?
What do you reckon? Making money. It's no secret he goes poaching.
You're speaking as if that's perfectly legal.
No, that's not allowed. I know. I mean, I think he might be poaching, but maybe he's gathering firewood. No way for me to know, right?
Firewood, of course. I hear Riki has a hideout in the woods somewhere. Do you know where it is?
Aye, I think I was there once.
You think? What does that mean? Either you were there or you weren't.
Well, once me and Hinek had a bit of a drink together here, and we ran out of ale. Hinek said he had some stashed away in the woods, so off we went.
But do you remember anything about it? The direction or which path you took?
Aye, I can tell you exactly. We went from the edge of the camp here along the path down to the creek. A little upstream, there's a fallen tree bridging the water. We went across it to the other side, then we went uphill to a big boulder. You have to listen carefully there.
Why?
There's a spring nearby. Someone put a kind of little mill wheel on the stream below it. You can hear it going clap, clap, clap all day and night.
Uh-huh.
Once you find it, you go around the spring and nearby you'll see a clearing. That's where Hinek's hideout is. It's an old mine gallery or cave.
隠れ家への行き方を教えてくれたな。リーキーを探すだけで、どんだけ時間かかってんねん。さっきのラズベリーさんに、最初に夜中会いに行ったら寝ちゃっていたんだよね。付近の宿で一晩泊まった後やな。タイムロスが激しい。まずは、川にかかっている丸太を探せってことやったな。あった。それから川向かいの丸石。あれやな。ペチペチ音がする水車。これか。想像してた水車よりかなり小さかった。どういう役割なんやろ。獅子おろしみたいだね。川は、ここにありますよって知らせる目的なんかな。知らんけど。水の音でもわかるか。で、泉が近くにあって、坑道もその近くに。あら、もう、ピンポイントに捜索範囲絞れてたか。見つけた。ここにリーキーがおるはず。この場所を拠点に密漁をしているんだね。
Jesus Christ, what am I to do? Not that I can expect any use from advice from you. At least, you have no more cares.
Need someone to talk to?
Fuck! Don't kill me. I can explain. I won't tell anyone. I swear, I've no one to tell anyway. Just please don't kill me.
I'm not planning to kill you.
You're not one of Runt's men.
No.
ラント、やっぱりノイホフ襲撃に関わっていたんや。黒い鎧の大柄な男、としか聞いてなかったけど確定したね。
I come here in the name of Sir Radzig Kabila and Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the raid on the Neuhof stud farm.
Got no idea what you're on about.
Save your breath. If you want any chance to escape the gallows, you better come clean, alright?
Jesus Christ. This will never be over.
So?
Fine then.
That Neuhof raid of yours didn't turn out quite as planned, did it?
Depends on whose plan you're talking about. We were up to it to grab some loot and bugger off. Only Runt's cutthroats was there to shed blood.
What do you mean, Runt's cutthroats?
There were two gangs then. Mine and Runt's. We was only there to steal, but they wanted to slaughter everyone.
But when you realised what they had in mind, you didn't have to go along with it, did you?
But we didn't know nothing, even though we were going to Neuhof. They told us to keep watch on the courtyard while they were cutting the horses' throats. Jesus, that fucking vexed me. Their horses was the most valuable thing there. When I spoke up, though, Runt gave me such a bollocking I knew I'd better keep my mouth shut. And when they said we was going to kill anything that moved, then we knew there was no going back.
Did you know any of Runt's people?
Not a one. They didn't talk to us at all. None of their faces was familiar either. The only thing I know is they called that huge chief of theirs Runt, and Pius warned us to watch out for him.
I don't suppose you know where they got to after the raid?
On the way to Neuhof, Timmy told me he was at their camp with Pius. I reckon that's where they've gone now.
Did Timmy tell you where the camp is?
Somewhere in the woods. He didn't say nothing more. Thing is, Timmy's got quite an imagination. But Pius roared at him to shut it, so I reckon there must be something in it.
That gang of yours, what can you tell me about them?
Don't know what you want to know. There was 4 of us. Me, Timmy, Limpy Lubosh, and Pius Pava. Sometimes we'd rob a place or hold up pilgrims. Never nothing fancy.
I'm sure you did mischief enough. Who led you?
Pius. He was the oldest, and he'd mostly find the jobs for us, plan them and the like. He got us into that fucking mess in Neuhof too.
What about the others?
Timmy's strong as an ox, with a brain to match. You got more sense out of a fence post. And Limpy, I've been with him the longest. He's my one and only friend, I suppose.
Who got your 2 gangs together? You must have made contact somehow, right?
Pius. He comes to us and says he's got this prime job. We're gonna rob a farm, he says. That was a big deal, because mostly we just did small stuff. Hold up on the road now and then, nothing fancy. When they told us how much we could make on it, well, we just couldn't refuse.
So Pius knew them?
I suppose, but I don't know where from. We even got paid up front. I should have known from the start it was too good to be true.
Where did the rest of your gang end up?
You saw Limpy, right?
Yes, but he's no use to me now. Tell me where I can find Pius or Timmy.
I don't know nothing about Pius. He vanished in the woods, and I haven't seen him since. Timmy, I reckon, went back to the mill where he works.
Which mill?
The windmill a bit north of Neuhof.
Tell me exactly how the raid went down.
Well, we stormed in from the rear. Runt's people started slaughtering the horses. Jesus, that was bleeding horrible. Meanwhile, me and Limpy had a sniff round the stables to see if we could find anything worth pilfering. And in the end, we got lucky.
What did you find?
Smill, Sir Hanish's groom. I don't know why he was up and what he was doing in the stables, but we took advantage of the situation. Limpy grabs him by the throat and I slapped him round to encourage him to tell us where the money was. Then it all fell apart at the seams. Quicker than you'd believe. Runt comes running up and skewers the groom like a pig for roasting. My jaw dropped. I thought the stuff about killing was just tough talk.
And it wasn't?
No, not in the least.
What happened then?
I'm gaping at Smill, stuck through and through, and I noticed this boy standing at the other end of the stables. The stupid sods pointing at us, jaw hanging down to his knees, saying, "I know you." Runt turns to us and hisses, "Take him down." So me and Lubosh start running, because the lad took to his heels. At the same time, we could hear the noise of the skirmish in the courtyard. We caught up with the boy at the next farmhouse. I knock him to the ground, but he bashes me with some piece of iron so hard my head's ringing like a fucking church bell. Limpy grabs it off him and stands over him with his bodkin in his hand, and I start praying. In the end, Limpy just gives him a kick and says, "Beat it, Ginger." And then Runt shows up at the gate and hollers that we gotta go, so we scarp it.
What happened after the raid?
We were waiting for that fool, Timmy. Same place as we met them before, so he'd know where we were, right? Stupid fucking idea. But Pius didn't want to leave him behind. Only when Timmy finally turned up, 2 of Runt's men were dragging him.
There was some difference of opinion.
You could say that, yeah. They started on us right away that we were traitors. They knew we'd let somebody get away, and now we were going to pay for it. They started trying to surround us, and we knew what was coming. But Limpy took his bodkin and let that fucker have it in the belly.
Runt?
One of the others. Timmy broke free from them, and we all took to our heels. Luckily, they were so buggered from the raid, they didn't follow us for long. They just shouted that they'd find us.
That's all I need to know. So now what do I do with you?
Well,
Hey, over here! It's up the hill. Shh. Jay. No, hey, shut up.
Oh, shit. Runt's people. We've got to get out of here.
No, they're too close. We'll never outrun them.
Fuck!
At least they don't know I'm here. The 2 of us can take them by surprise.
No fucking way. I'm gone.
Look here. If you run, they'll catch up with you and kill you. And me too. Together, we stand a better chance.
Jesus Christ. All right. I suppose you're right.
いいや。うちなら1対3でもいけるね。まずは背後から。っておい。もうちょっと引きつけましょうよ。これじゃ不意打ちにならん。ウケる。彼だけ先に行かせちゃうと倒されたりが心配だしね。ほら。やっぱり小屋にいた2人だよ。この盾持ってるやつ見覚えある。よし、いいぞ。うちにヘイト溜まってる。
Quitting!
強。うち、強。リーキーも無事だね。よかった。
I've got some more questions.
What?
Who is this Runt? What does he look like? Do you know anything about him?
I never saw him before, but he's massive and scary as hell. Even his own men are afraid of him.
Did you notice what his sword looked like?
No, it was just a regular sword, I think. Why do you ask?
I think I once had the doubtful honour of meeting that bastard, and he has something that doesn't belong to him. You're coming with me. Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush will want to hear what you've got to say.
I don't suppose there's any chance you might turn a blind eye.
Why should I?
I didn't do nothing all that bad, and I told you everything I know. You can tell them yourself, and leave me here, and in a few weeks I'll pack up and clear off.
殺すなんてもってのほかやけど、自由の身にして、再び敵に狙われたらどうするん？情状酌量の余地ありと進言するからさ、かくまう意味でも、安全な場所を追った方がええんちゃうか？っていうお姉ちゃんの思いとは裏腹に、ヘンリーはすごい攻め立ててるけど、うち、このパターン多いな。
I'm no saint, but surely I don't deserve to hang for that. It was them others.
I don't give a tinker's curse. You were there, you didn't warn anyone, and you helped those murderers, even if it was only for a while. You're going to Ratai with me.
You're condemning me to death. You know that, don't you?
なんか、すまん、 ここまで言うとは思ってなかったんや。
Maybe Sir Hanish will have mercy on you. You've had the devil's own luck so far.
問答無用で投獄されてしまったか。もっと上に掛け合ってあげたかったが。じゃあ、うちも忙しいんでこれで。選択を誤ったのかな。次はティミーの捜索やね。リーキーくらい時間かかるようやと一生終わらんなこれ。結構カットしてるんだけどね。夫人への白馬届ける時に見かけたこのお馬さん。取引で見るとランク5となっていて、優秀そうな馬なんよ。お金がたくさん貯まってきたから、馬を買ってみようかなと。今までお世話になったペブルスという馬の名前は、小石という意味があるそうで、英国最高の牝馬とされたことのある競走馬の名前でもあったよ。確か、英国は競馬の発祥国よな。すごい名馬の名前もらってたんやね。いかんせん勇気が少ないせいか、敵に驚いてすぐ倒れてしまってたんよね。どうやら、一頭しか保有できなさそうやったんで、名残惜しいけどお別れになるか。
Well, he ain't the most fragrant. Actually, he reeks. To tell the truth, he stinks. Diabolically.
3200もしてる。ペプルスちゃんの下取り価格は100未満か。さすがに高額なお買い物は交渉したいね。
Agree?
Come now, just a little more, and we have a deal.
交渉価格の下の顔のマークで、まだ、交渉できるとかがある程度わかるな。
Done.
よし、300値切れた。
I'll be with you.
ジュンだ。これからよろしく頼むやで。あまりようわかってないけど、蔵、カバン、手綱、馬蹄、馬用の装備品みたいなのもあって、馬に持たせてから装備してやると効果が得られるんやね。とりあえず、お店にある良さそうなのを買って持たせてみたで。あとは気づくのが遅なったけど、アイテムをある程度、馬のインベントリに預けて重量オーバーを軽減することができるみたいや。持てる最大重量は馬の容量によるのかな。衣は、思ってた柄とちゃうかったんやけど、雰囲気あるな。隊長たちの馬も衣をまとっていたね。よし。風車行くために、マーハチェドによって寄り道してもたけど、新しい相棒と共にティミー捜索再開や。お馬さんかわいいやった。
I'm looking for a colossus by the name of Timmy. I heard he works here.
I don't know anyone like that.
Listen, someone wants to kill him. I have to warn him.
My God. So it's true then. That idiot's got himself mixed up in something dangerous again. All right, but not here. We'll talk round the back, behind the mill.
Here I am. So, why all the secrecy?
What do you want from Timmy?
Can you tell me where to find him?
Promise me nothing will happen to him.
Why do you care so much?
He's my brother. He's not very smart, you see. And he's always getting led astray by his no-good friends. And now there's some right peculiar characters looking for him.
Who are they?
I don't know.
む、
They look like
やっぱりティミーにも追って
and
な
they。said some strange things. But I didn't tell them anything.
That's good. But sooner or later they'll find him anyway. Tell me where he is and I'll take care of him.
He's hiding at the Colburn farm, over by Merhoyed.
the feeling you're looking for someone here. I'm looking for someone too. Maybe we could help each other.
And who are you looking for?
A great big ox by the name of Timmy.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about him.
That's a shame, a crying shame. I take good care of people who help me. Now, if someone were to tell me where to find Timmy, I might offer that man a job. We could use a smart fellow like that at the camp.
さっき、お姉さんが居場所を教えてくれたが。
You have an encampment somewhere?
Well, sure we do. And no shortage of coin if you're ready to earn it.
お
Where
金、
is it?
こらこら。
Ah, all in good time. First, prove we can trust you. Help us find Timmy.
お金をよこしなさい。
Alright, I'll tell you where he is.
Really?
ちゃうちゃう。敵もびっくりしてるよ。う
We're all
わ、
Christians
そっか
here,
協
aren't
力
we?
してやろうみたいな意
Why
味に
not
なれ
help
た。
thy neighbour?
金出せ。
Especially if he pays
敵持ちで選んでしもたわ。それはそれでどう
You
なんだろ
wouldn't
う
be
か。
my cousin by any chance. I'll give you 2 dozen, no more. Half now, and half when we find him.
Deal.
20って言ってなかった？本当だね。実際もらえたかわからんけどラッキー。で、嘘の居場所言っちゃおった。悪党よ
I
り
hear
悪
he's
いな。
hiding in Ratai.
Oh yeah? Where in Ratai?
He's at the butcher's. They're his kin.
Well, excuse me if I take that with a grain of salt. I'll just leave Radan here to keep an eye on you. For your own protection, you know. Come with us if you've got the stomach for it. If not, come and find us in the Summerpesh Tavern when it's all over. Or we'll find you. Come on, boys!
Do you have to keep buzzing around like a shit fly?
一人は、お目付け役に置いていくとは、頭のいいやつだな。すぐに嘘だとバレてしまうから、早く会わないといけなくなったね。胃が丈夫だと思うなら、一緒に来いとも言っとったけど、クエストの目的地が、もう、ティミーのいる場所になったから、向こうか、お目付け役がついてくるよ。そんなもんは、ジェンダちゃんで振り切ったらええやろう。馬で追ってきたらまずいけどな。全く役に立ってないやんかあいつ。全然追ってくる気配ないね。もう行っちゃおう。で、マーハジェドの南西やな。
Good man.
ちょっと待った。今のやつ見覚えあるぞ。誰かいたのかな？
Good man. May I disturb you for a moment?
ああ。彼は剣を進呈してくれた。気弱なキスさん。
Friend?
いつだったかエンディングでだけ話したヘンリーに挑んできたキスさんだね。
Yes.
ああ、こうして突然道走っていたら話しかけてきて、ルテに自信がないのに決闘を挑んできたんよな。騎士の名誉をかけて、とか言ってたけど、うちが勝ったらどうするんや。
Wait a while.
で
There's
問う
something
て、
I'd like to tell
で
you first.
見事負けて、
I'm all in.
下方の剣をヘンリーに差し出したという。また、現れるとは思ってもおらんかったな。今回は何くれるんですか？もう勝つ前
You
提
can't
だ。
duel with someone just like that. There has to be a reason.
But I thought knights fight for their honor. Don't they?
I suppose so. Only I'm not a knight. We ought to fight for something more substantial.
Like what?
前回は
No
剣だ
doubt
っ
you
た。
carry some
今
fine
度は
clothing
服か
on。your travels, don't you? Bet that.
Yes. But what if I get invited to a banquet?
Then you can go as you are. At least you'll look adventurous.
Wait. Well, what about me? What do I get if I win?
I'm giving you a chance to fight for honor. That's a valuable thing, isn't it?
要は、
Let's get
ノー
to
リス
it.
ク、ハイリターンですね。
Wonderful.
この条件でええってのが、この人のええところやな。
I'll slay you, you scum!
なんかわざと負けてあげたいくらいや。でも、うちにも騎士の誇りがあるからな。隣で悪評の数々を見てきたよ。
A wager is a wager. Farewell, my lovely brocade tunic. Wear it in good health, friend.
すまんな。また、新しい景品を、じゃなくて挑戦してくれよな。絶対負けないつもりだ。装飾されたシャツってのは今回はもらえた。ゴミやん。戦い用の鎧以外はお姉ちゃんにとって無価値だったか。
Hey Timmy, how are you today?
I'm all right. Have we met?
We have now.
Huh? Oh, shit. What do you want? It wasn't me. I didn't... I mean... Shit.
I saw what you did at Neuhof.
What are you talking about? You weren't there. I mean, I wasn't there.
Don't waste your breath. You were there with Limpy Lubosh and Riki. I heard all about it.
What do you want from me?
Your mate Hinek told me about a whole camp full of those horse huns. And I want to find it. I need to find it.
Yeah, but why should I trust you, though? I'm not stupid. You might be one of them. Pretending to not be one of them. Trying to catch me out. I won't tell you nothing.
Do I look like someone who goes around hunting down half-wits for pleasure?
No, I reckon not. But I don't know where their camp is.
That's a load of horse shit. Hinek told me you were there, and that Pius warned you to keep your mouth shut. You must know something.
Well, once I was there with them, yeah. Only, I was pretty drunk, so I'm not too sure.
Try to remember.
It was in the woods. In some kind of woods. You know, with trees and stuff. There were some wrecked houses there and all. In the woods. A church! There was a church there. Kind of a broken one, though.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot. Now it's all clear to me. Do you remember which way you went?
It was straight north from Talmberg. When you go uphill from the castle, there's a path there round some barns, I think. It leads to the woodcutters' camp. If you go further on past the woodcutters, you come across this abandoned house. Can't miss it. Looks like a house, only abandoned. Go to the left there and carry on till you come to this clearing with a big beech tree. Or was it an oak? You go left there again. There's this narrow path and you go straight along there. Sometimes it splits up. You just keep to the left until you come to a crossroads by this big flat rock. You keep straight on there. After a while you'll see a bridge. And it's right there. Easy as you please.
覚えらんないよ。ねえ。
But you won't tell nobody about Neuhof, right? You promised. Oh no, bugger. I meant to make you promise. But I forgot.
リーキーがちょっとかわいそうになってもたから反省して、なるべく味方するような選択肢を選ぶことにしたで。
But in future, find some other way to make money. Like honest work?
Thanks. I'll try. On account of my sister, at least.
That girl at the windmill?
Hi, Mirka. Did you talk to her? What did she say?
She told me you're as thick as a fence post and always getting dragged into some mischief.
Did she? Yeah, she's probably right.
いい仲間とつるむようにしいや。お姉さん困らせたらあかんで。今度はラジック卿へ報告するみたいだね。せやな、 あれラジック今日こんなところにおるやん。おう、近くてよかった。じゃあ、今回は、ここで一旦区切らせてもらうかな。ああ、もうこんな時間になってる。ほんまは、もっと短い時間で動画にしたいんやけどね。うちらのこのシリーズに関しては、1.5 倍速再生推奨かもしれへんな。時間の節約にぜひ。それではご視聴ありがとうございました。ほな、またね。